Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I do have cinnamon in my coffee, and my 13-year-old did make the baseball team, and my 6-year-old did a great job in his tryout, and he'll find out which baseball team he is on today. And so I'm excited for him. He has certain teams that he would like to be on, and since he's playing Little League, I think that he's got a choice between about 3 or 4. I think there'll be maybe 4 teams. So find that out tonight sometime, I believe. I got this XRP, X-Men XRP at XRP 33. This guy's on fire, sending me some good information. He sent me this morning. This is about JP Morgan. Now, I've talked about JP Morgan a lot over the course of this channel. But JP Morgan is one of those companies that just continues every once in a while to come out and bash crypto. Before I go through this article, I wanted to show you the real why, which there's a lot of new people on this channel, but I wanted to show you the real reason that JP Morgan especially is a leader in bashing cryptocurrencies. From the very beginning, Jamie Dimon has been one of the biggest bashers of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And there's a very simple reason for that. JP Morgan was one of the companies, and JP Morgan, I guess himself, was one of the people that was responsible for the creation of the Federal Reserve. And all the Federal Reserve is, if you really want to break it down, is a money monopoly. And the people who got together to form the Federal Reserve for years have been basically making money because they had the stamp of the word bank on their building. And it has been a monopoly ever since then. And blockchain represents the breakup of that monopoly. Period. That is the reason that they're so freaked out by this. And I will show you how I know that. Those of you that I've shown this a few times on this channel, but for those of you who haven't seen it, there's a book that's written. It's called The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. He summarizes his book on YouTube. He's got this video. Go to, just type in The Creature from Jekyll Island. Everybody and all your children should watch this video so they understand what the Federal Reserve really is. It was set up there was a secret meeting in Jekyll Island off the coast of Georgia. It was a secret meeting back in the 1910, where five of either the most powerful people or the representatives of those people left, I believe, New York, and all by train met in Brunswick, Georgia, and then went to Jekyll Island, and they all did it secretly, and it was kept secret for years after that. And they sat in a room and formed the Federal Reserve down on Jekyll Island. And it was all done in secret because they knew if the public knew how they were going about doing it, that they would never in a million years let it happen. And they had the politicians down. There was a politician with them as well. If you go and listen to this video, he tells you, I think you could start at around 13 minutes, and he tells you all the people that were at that meeting. Well, one of the people that was at that meeting was a guy named Henry Pomeroy Davison. And I just want to bring your attention to this. In 1909, he became a senior partner at JP Morgan & Company. And in 1910, he was a participant in the secretive meeting at Jekyll Island, Georgia, that laid out the foundation for the creation of the Federal Reserve System in 1913. This is the same system, folks, that allows there to be 0% interest rates basically for the last 10 years and allows these bankers like JP Morgan to make money with interest rates at 0%. They get the money free, and then they can turn around and do whatever they want with it. That is a monopoly. It has been a monopoly for years. That's the reason they're so freaked out by blockchain, period. Because blockchain there's no need for that middleman to stick his hand in and take money from us. There never was a need, but this is the way to get rid of them. And that's why they're so angry. So now I would like to read, putting that in context. Now let's look at what is said in this article. JP Morgan was far less kind to cryptocurrencies, which they see as a non-starter when it comes to a means of savings and payment. According to the bank, cryptos aren't likely to do well, ever, even if there's a major financial crisis. As one of the largest banks in the world, top 10, as well as a merchant bank that has access to almost every financial market on earth, they stand to lose a tremendous amount of money if blockchain-based systems cut into their business. The reason why blockchain could do this is simple. Big banks are basically just hustling numbers. Mega banks don't actually produce anything besides gambling advice for the wealthy. Instead, they act as glorified and highly paid clearinghouses for information, in other words, middlemen, that blockchain takes out. People have to deal with the money center banks and use fiat currency, so they are still stuck using a system that isn't open to real competition. Blockchain has the potential to change all of that. With blockchain, people are able to forego using a bank at all. This doesn't necessarily rely on proof of work system either. Peer-to-peer exchanges can facilitate trade in blockchain-based tokens at much lower cost than the established banking system. Though this may not be 100% satisfactory hardcore crypto libertarians. Eventually, fiat currencies will be seen for what they are, a monopoly that is impeding social efficiency. When that happens, global banks like JP Morgan will have to adapt to a world where shuffling data is no longer a multi-billion-dollar business. And there you have it, folks. That's the reason you see all these articles that are designed to scare you out of your crypto. That's the reason that to this day, every time the lid starts to come off of crypto until these people are positioned, that it gets tamped down. And all it takes is one Bitcoin manipulator to do it right now, folks. When you've only got $100 and something billion in the market, it's easy to do. There's no telling what type of manipulation games are going on right now. But the good news is, by the time you and I have done really, 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 really well with our investments, there will be so much money in there that can't happen the way it happens now. But that's part of the reason this is exciting. Okay, moving along. This is awesome right here. CZ Binance. This is from Sergeant Obi-Wan at SGT Obi-Wan. CZ Binance, CZ, who is the CEO of Binance. Binance decentralized exchange will support hardware wallets. Binance could destroy other exchanges with this one. Huge, huge for hard wallets. You better believe it, folks. This CZ Binance guy, if he keeps it up and keeps listening to his customers and keeps making smart moves, this guy could own the world. I mean, everything he's doing is genius. And I would imagine, if I'm a betting man, there's going to be a lot of powerful people, if they're not already, that are trying to attack his company sooner rather than later, because this guy, everything he's doing makes sense. The decentralized exchange, everything that he's doing, hardware wallets, allowing his customers to have possession of their own keys, trying to set it up that way. Everything this guy is doing is listening to the customer. What he's doing represents freedom. And for that reason, watch. This guy easily could be under attack from traditional finance and the powerful people of the world. Keep your eye on that. And this is the article that they're talking about. It says Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, will connect their hotly anticipated decentralized exchange with hardware wallets once the former is launched. The CEO, better known for the wider as CZ, confirmed in a tweet that the decentralized exchange would support hardware wallets as soon as it is launched. Binance DX will support hardware wallets from day one of launch, so that you can be sure your private keys never leave your device. And then the people are replying, Binance killing it in this space, not bad for a toddler. And then against this backdrop, I showed you this earlier this morning. Meanwhile, over at Coinbase, Brian Armstrong is bragging about how Coinbase is demonstrating how you can buy a box of donuts with Bitcoin Cash. This is what I showed you earlier, where modern investors said, wow, you keep surprising me how boring and unimaginative your company is. There's a reason that CZ Binance has taken Coinbase to the woodshed and will continue to do so, because he is listening to the world and to his customers, while Coinbase, I don't know what they're listening to, but it's not customers. Moving along, Web Surfer at Web Surfology, blockchain economist Anya Nova says crypto has the potential to transform society through tokenization of $278 trillion in assets, $217 trillion in real estate, $55 trillion in equities, $6 trillion, I think it's more like $8 trillion in gold. Folks, you see where this is going? I'm not going to read that article, but you need to see that. Next, this is from XRP Research Center at XRP Center, January 28, 2019. After CoinGate.com CEO and SVP meet, Ethan Beard, head of Ripple's Spring, to discuss mutual plans for 2019, and XRP won a poll on Twitter. The crypto payments processor based in Lithuania sets up an XRP-L validator today. So let's look at this. CoinGate. Today, our CEO, Demetrius Borsinka, together with head of products, whatever that name is, met the SVP of Ripple, Ethan Beard, and had a nice chit-chat about our mutual plans for 2019. A pleasure to meet you right here. Nice. So that's really cool. CoinGate, guys, we're seeking the opinion of the community. Which integration would you most want to see come out on CoinGate? Take note of this. The much anticipated but non-working, from what I can tell, Lightning Network, 36%, native XRP support, 48%. I think the world knows who's the fastest. And this is where the validator registry for CoinGate, Monday, January 28th, 2019. Cool. That is nice. Last, I want to show you, C3 Nick is 100% right here. When will the bear market end? As soon as the majority does not care anymore when the bear market will end. And folks, I'm here to tell you from experience, about the time that you've given up and you think there's no more hope and that this bear market will last forever, that is when everything's going to change. So just quit focusing on the negative and keep focusing on the big picture and what is being set up in this business. And if this is too much for you to take and the market's too tough for you to look at, don't look at coin market cap. Don't stare at prices. What the digital asset investor is doing is, when we have these dips and I'm able to do it, I'm buying, and I've told you in the last video what I'm buying and the kind of things I'm looking at and the things I look for. And so I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. But if you don't have the stomach for it, turn all this off for a while. Go away. Go do something fun. But we'll be here when you're ready to come back, because I'm the digital asset investor and I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that the bear market will end when the majority does not care anymore. Thank you for listening.